Can anybody tell me why it's such a phenomenon to see me graduate, but no big deal to Europeans when I'm sent to jail for wearing a hoodie? This is not another poem about Trayvon Martin, but it very well could be, and why should it not? See, this is why. This is the reason why black students can't succeed. We got a constant wave of pressure over our backs as success makes us 4 shades lighter. We are no longer categorized as human, but just another implement in the school system to try to subjectify diversity. They say that prejudice is over, but I'll tell you that racism is not. Tell me why throughout junior high the closest thing to Black History Month was me and 5 of the black kids that were just trying to find their way through a Eurocentric school as if they had no placement there in the first place. We got our black children thinking that their education is worth nothing. They believe in the laws of I'll make it through music, claiming Lil Wayne is their God, but forgetting about the fact that he has a psychology degree. I don't understand how intelligence is measured by shade, and I don't understand how the closer you are to chalkboard, the less likely you are to be somebody. You should be like, all I'm good for is sex in the bathroom, smokes in the hallways, and an experiment just to see how much you can say without saying, but that happened years ago, yes. And the schools still don't teach about it enough. We had to wait until the 80s to even be put ourselves into a class into high schools. I guess they figured that Dr. King could have waited. They say that the American dream was to get money, but whatever happened to teaching young people about money? Yes, money, the substance of which we cannot survive without. How? With no money, with no education, money is nothing more than proof that the European once cared. Yes, we need the BEA, because who's going to fight for us when schools become zoos and we are the show? We are just the so-called monkeys that get asked if we are black and treated as the problem child, but we choose to fight back as if we are the only race with daddy issues, drug addictions, and self-worth problems. Please. If we didn't have to fight to be heard in the class, so we could be just as successful as Europeans who find it funny to see a black person other than smocks or hanging of garbage trucks. This is what this generation has created. A generation of fear. The fear of being intelligent is now greater than the fear of being shut. It's the norm. It's accepted by society, a normality that should have never have existed in the first place, but it does. And we blame the school systems. Yes, I blame the school systems. We spend half our lives there, and the most we learn how to do is to add our difficulties while subtracting our insecurities. Of schools would accept me for me, I will not have to fight to be heard. What you know about the Rosa Parks scenario? And when somebody asks me, I honestly don't even know what I would tell them. See, how do you respond to someone breaking your pride? It's the same reason when I was looked at in 9th grade for going to resource for math. Well, I'm trying to do what I have to do to get out of the struggle. You sit in your struggle with your ego in a pool of arrogance, too cocky to get help from the people that care. What you know about being in a math class with 5 of the black people who couldn't care less whether or not they were there and being laughed at because you choose to use songs through your poetry? No, I don't mind being questioned, and I don't mind your arrogance, because I will never be another statistic in the high school. I will never be another stereotype that used to degrade me. I am intelligent. I use these metaphors as a means to communicate how I feel, so excuse me if I seemed a little giddy or maybe even strange. But this is the way I'm choosing to live my life. I'm choosing to live my life according to spoken word and education. My wings will not be clipped by your lack of stability or your inability to cope with your life. Yes, I got issues, and so do you. But I've learned that degrading an intelligent person who's grinding isn't going to do anything but put you farther into debt.